I remember when I was growing up, my mother, she'd always start her stories with, there was this old fella that lived up the road beside us. And this story is no different. There was this old fella that lived up the road beside her, and he had a great graph for the products of Arthur Guinness. Nearly every evening he'd sit in on the cart, and the donkey knew enough to head for the bridge without any encouragement. Now, the bridge was the local pub, a great place for a drink and to meet the neighbours. Your man would head in, and he'd get his fill of porter or closing time. Whichever come first, he'd head out the door and fall face first in on the cart. The old donkey knew enough to head over the road back to the house, where he'd wait patiently until your man had unhook him from the shafts of the cart and stagger into the bare hay shed with him, and sometimes the pair of them would sleep the night in the hay shed. Indeed, many's the morning your man would wake up and the sun would be staring him in the face, and the poor old donkey standing in the street all night. Now, that carry-on didn't go down too well with the neighbours, but sure, in those days not many people would say anything. So it was coming on to Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and your man had made the deal with a neighbour to give him a day at the turf. So this morning he wakes up anyway, and there, looking at him in the face, is the light bulb hanging from the ceiling. And he says to himself, Jesus, I never saw that before. And he hears someone banging around in the hay shed, and he thinks to himself, oh, be japers, it must be John Joe coming to get a help with day cutting turf. And he rolls his head over to the side, and there, staring him in the face, is the wheel of the cart. And he turns the head and he looks down at his feet, and there at his feet is the donkey. And he lets a roar out of him. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, where am I? Am I in hell or purgatory or heaven? Well, he let such a roar out of him, he must have frightened the daylights out of the poor old donkey. For didn't the donkey start to bray to the high heavens? And of course, someone starts to bang on the door, and John Joe walks into the kitchen, looks at your man and he goes, what in the honour of God are you doing with the bloody ass and cart in the kitchen? Are you cracked in the head or what? Of course, the best answer would have been no answer at all, but your man couldn't be quiet. Jesus, why don't you go and ask the old bloody donkey? And with that, Mrs. Byrne comes tearing into the kitchen. Holy God, what are you doing with the donkey and cart? How did you get the donkey? And she judges by the width of the cart, it's about 1.5 times the width of the back door. How did you get that in here? Your man goes white as a sheet as he starts to realise the whole carry-on. He rolls off the cart, tears out the door, nearly knocking over Mrs. Byrne, and he's heaving over the wall. Oh, God bless us. Oh, what am I going to do? And behind him he hears a voice. Well, now, the best thing you can do, Mr. McCran, is to unhook that donkey from the cart, turn him around gently in the kitchen, and bring that poor suffering animal out the door to the hay shed for water and hay. Well, your man whips round. He recognises the voice, but he can't put a face to it. Oh, God, would you? Uppy! Oh, sorry, Father Horn. I didn't know it was yourself. Never mind. What are you doing here, Father? Never mind asking me the questions. What I want to know now is, how did you get that donkey and cart into the kitchen now? That's all I want to know.